September 25th. A date fans will never forget. Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, father of 18, and one of reality TV's most polarizing men, steps into Special Forces, world's toughest test. But this isn't just about mud and pain. This is about reputation, legacy, and the battle for truth that's spilling beyond TV screens into books, memoirs, and fan wars. Janelle and Meri need to write memoirs. Because even as Kody prepares to be broken on national television, fans are asking, will his wives finally write their side of the story? And what if Kody tries to write his own?
Gonna watch. Yeah, she's intrigued by the experience. Yeah, no, Robyn will watch it.
Do you think she would go off and do this?
I wouldn't ever let Robyn do this. I would never want to put her through this, and I don't think she's a tender person. She's a great mother, but she's
Part 1. What happens when a man known for his controversial family life steps into one of the toughest military-inspired reality shows on earth? This isn't another polygamy drama. This is Kody Brown of Sister Wives, preparing to be broken down, body and mind, on Special Forces, world's toughest test. And fans everywhere are asking, which of his wives will actually watch him suffer? Because the answer may shock you. Kody Brown, father of 18, once the face of American polygamy on TLC's Sister Wives, isn't just dealing with fractured marriages anymore. He's now facing brutal combat-style drills, freezing water plunges, and the judgment of millions of viewers. The show premieres September 25th on Fox. But behind the mud and sweat lies a deeper story. Which wife, past or present, actually cares enough to watch? In interviews, Kody hinted that Robyn, the only remaining wife, might never dare join him on these challenges. But what about Christine, who publicly left him? Or Meri, who quietly distanced herself? Could Janelle, known for her practicality, secretly tune in? The suspense is tearing fans apart. Kody Brown may believe he's ready, but Special Forces doesn't care about fame. It cares about grit. And fans are questioning, does Kody even have that? For years, Kody has been the lightning rod of Sister Wives. From Robyn being labeled the favorite wife, to Christine's emotional exit, to Meri's catfishing scandal, the show has thrived on one question: can Kody hold his family together? But in Special Forces, there's no family, no favoritism, just survival. And here's where the drama explodes. Christine's supporters online are saying, we can't wait to watch him break. Meanwhile, Robyn's defenders argue, this will prove Kody's strength. The fandom is split right down the middle. Will Kody finally earn respect outside the polygamous world, or will his arrogance undo him? Could Christine secretly cheer as she watches her ex-husband collapse under military pressure? And what does it mean if Robyn refuses to watch at all? In a shocking interview clip, Kody revealed that only one of his former wives might actually tune in, and it's not who fans expected. Christine? She's moved on. Meri? Silent. Janelle? Possibly. But Robyn? Kody admitted the thought of her joining him on such a test was laughable. He said flat out, Robyn would never do this. And that revelation set the fandom on fire. Immediately after the reveal, social media erupted. Fans blasted Kody, saying, of course Robyn wouldn't do it. She's lived an easy ride compared to the others. Others defended her. She has nothing to prove. Why risk it? But the loudest voices came from Christine's camp, cheering that Kody is finally being tested the way he tested his wives. So what does this mean? Kody Brown stepping into Special Forces isn't just entertainment, it's symbolic. For years, he demanded loyalty, obedience, and sacrifice. Now, stripped of family politics, stripped of polygamy drama, Kody faces the one test he cannot manipulate: survival. And fans are waiting to see, does he break or does he rise? And here's the kicker: if Kody fails publicly on Special Forces, this could cement his reputation forever, not as the strong patriarch he wanted to be remembered as, but as the man whose wives were stronger without him. So now we turn to you. Will you be tuning in September 25th? Do you believe Kody can survive the world's toughest test, or will his ego collapse before his body does? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you think Christine will secretly watch. Part 2. What if the women of Sister Wives finally wrote down everything, every betrayal, every heartbreak, every secret? And what if Kody Brown tried to write his version too? Fans on Reddit are demanding memoirs from Janelle and Meri, while others shudder at the thought of a Kody tell-all. Would it be truth or just self-pity? Now, we dive deep into the fan war over the books that could change everything. The conversation started on Reddit, but quickly spread across fan groups and forums. Some believe Janelle's steady voice could finally explain why she stayed so long and how she found her independence. Others want Meri to reveal the pain of being the first wife and the first discarded. But Kody? That's where the fight begins. Fans are split, half curious about his raw mindset, half certain it would be nothing more than excuses on paper. The tension is clear. Whose truth do fans actually want? Christine already hinted she could write her own book one day. But the spotlight now shifts. If Janelle and Meri break their silence, would they finally expose what fans have suspected for years? Janelle, the practical one, who balanced kids, work, and faith. Fans imagine her memoir as a guide to survival, how to endure decades of emotional neglect while quietly plotting freedom. Meri, the first wife, has lived through betrayal, humiliation, and public scandal. Her book could be the rawest of all. But then comes Kody, polarizing, defensive, and unapologetic. Could his side ever be taken seriously? One fan on Reddit wrote, Kody's book would be 300 pages of self-pity. Another argued, I'd read it just to finally understand his delusion. The debate shows just how much this fractured family still captivates America. Would Janelle's memoir be a survival guide or quiet revenge? Could Meri finally admit what really broke her marriage? And what secrets would Kody risk exposing just to protect his image? Here's where it gets explosive. Publishing insiders have noted that memoirs from reality TV stars often outsell the show itself. Fans are already saying Janelle's book could be a bestseller. But the real twist? Some fans now claim that if Kody writes a book, even if it's full of excuses, it would still dominate sales, because hate reads sell too. Immediately, backlash erupted. Fans warned, don't give Kody another platform, he's had years of airtime. Others countered, if Christine gets to tell her side, so should he. The fandom is torn between justice, curiosity, and sheer exhaustion. And through it all, Janelle and Meri remain silent, leaving fans to speculate wildly. So what does this mean for the Brown family legacy? Janelle's story could empower women who feel trapped. Meri's could reveal the deep cost of loyalty. Kody's might reveal a man desperate to rewrite history. Whether fans want it or not, these books could become the final word on one of reality TV's most complicated families. And here's the shocking possibility. What if they all release memoirs, one after another, contradicting the other? A literary battle that could split the fan base forever. So now we ask you, if you could only read one memoir, Janelle's, Meri's, or Kody's, which would you choose? Drop your pick in the comments below. Smash that like button if you believe Janelle's book would outsell them all. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. On Fox's Special Forces, there are no wives, no TLC cameras. Just freezing water plunges, combat drills, and the relentless voices of drill sergeants. Kody himself admitted Robyn would never do this. And fans couldn't stop talking. Some cheered finally, he'd be tested. Others scoffed, claiming his ego would collapse long before his body. But while Kody trains for physical survival, a new battle rages online, the demand for memoirs. On Reddit and Facebook, fans call for Janelle and Meri to publish their own tell-alls. Janelle's would be the survival guide, one fan wrote. Meri's would be the raw heartbreak. And Kody? Half the comments laugh at the idea, calling it a self-pity book. The other half admit they'd read it anyway. What would Christine's memoir sound like? To understand why these memoirs matter, we rewind. Season after season, viewers watch Janelle quietly balance work and family while yearning for independence. They saw Meri endure public humiliation during her catfishing scandal. And they saw Robyn rise as Kody's favorite. These aren't just storylines. They are lived traumas. Fans want documentation, in the wives' own words, with no TLC editing scissors in the way. And that's why the idea of Kody writing a book terrifies some and fascinates others. Because it could either expose the truth or rewrite it. Picture it. Janelle at her kitchen table, pen hovering above paper, finally revealing why she stayed. Meri in a quiet cabin, typing late into the night, describing what loyalty cost her. Kody pacing his office, dictating into a recorder, insisting he was misunderstood. Each timeline moves slowly, painfully, as if the words themselves hold decades of tears. Kody is tested in two arenas, one physical, on Special Forces. The other, literary, in the court of public opinion. The twist? Fans now argue that even if Kody fails miserably on Fox, a memoir could still let him reclaim his narrative. Because hate sells. Controversy sells. And love to hate Kody? That sells best of all. The backlash is immediate. Reddit explodes. One fan writes, "Don't give him another platform." Another says, "If Christine can share her truth, so should he." YouTube commentators flood with reactions. Facebook threads turn into shouting matches. It's chaos proof that even after separations, divorces, and breakups, America still craves every side of this family's fractured story. Before the cameras ever rolled, Janelle was the one holding down jobs, balancing bills, and making sure her kids never went without. Unlike Christine, who focused on the home, or Meri, who struggled with loneliness, Janelle's role was survival. Fans argue that her memoir would read less like a tell-all and more like a survival manual how to stay strong while quietly planning an exit strategy. Imagine entire chapters devoted to 5 a.m. work shifts, tuition bills, and the silent resolve to one day break free. In 2015, Meri Brown became the center of one of reality TV's most infamous scandals. Lonely, ignored by Kody, she struck up an online friendship that spiraled into what she thought was romance. The truth, that she had been catfished, was devastating. TLC cameras caught the aftermath, but imagine her memoir detailing the late-night texts, the thrill of being heard, and the crushing humiliation when it all came crashing down. That book could be the most painful and the most raw. It's not just about family secrets, it's about what can and cannot be written. Utah's history of anti-polygamy laws, the Browns' own legal battles, and TLC's ironclad contracts could all shape what a memoir reveals. Fans wonder, if Janelle or Meri publish, would lawyers step in? Could Kody's version become a carefully worded defense instead of a confession? The legal backdrop raises the stakes higher than viewers realize. Kody plunges into freezing water. His breath catches. His face contorts. The drill sergeant's voice echoes, "Push through." For a full 60 seconds, every splash of water feels like thunder, every gasp a confession of weakness. Fans at home pause their screens, rewind, and laugh or cheer. Because to them, this isn't just TV. It's symbolic punishment for years of arrogance. Every second stretches like an eternity, and the internet turns it into a meme. Reddit threads explode. Janelle's book would be a bestseller overnight. Meri's would break my heart, but I'd buy it. Kody's? I'd buy it just to laugh at the excuses. On Facebook, debates rage, "Don't give him more money." Countered by, "If Christine can share her truth, why not him?" Meanwhile, YouTube commentators churn out reaction videos within hours, thumbnails plastered with Kody's face in mud. It's not just entertainment, it's community warfare. If these memoirs hit the shelves, the fallout could last years. Book tours. Talk show appearances. Christine already hinted at the possibility, and if Janelle follows, TLC may lose control of the narrative forever. Imagine a chain reaction. One book sparks another, each chapter contradicting the last. Fans won't just read them, they'll compare, dissect, and debate every word across forums, podcasts, and TikTok. This is no longer just a show. It's a cultural phenomenon. So what's really at stake? For Janelle, empowerment. For Meri, redemption. For Christine, validation. For Robyn, silence. And for Kody, the impossible task of explaining himself to a world that may never forgive him. Special Forces is just a stage. The real legacy will be written not in mud, but in memoirs. And here's the final twist. What if they all release memoirs, one after another, each contradicting the other? A literary war that could redefine the sister wives' legacy forever. A war not of marriages, but of words. So we ask you, whose memoir would you read first, Janelle's, Meri's, or even Kody's? Would you tune in to watch Kody push his limits on Special Forces? Tell us in the comments below. Hit that like button if you believe Janelle's book would outsell them all. Subscribe for weekly deep dives, and don't miss our next video where we explore Christine's rumored publishing deal. You won't want to miss it.